Have you ever woken up in the morning, swung your legs off the side of the bed, and felt that familiar, stiff, achy sensation in your knees or hips? Maybe your fingers feel a little swollen, or your back takes a few extra minutes to loosen up. If that sounds like you, you're definitely not alone. After 60, joint pain becomes a daily reality for so many people. And often, it feels like something we just have to live with. But here's the good news. What you eat has more power than you think. Before we dive in, let me quickly welcome you to this channel. This is Marcus Smart, where we talk about real-life health struggles after 60 and simple, science-backed ways to feel better, move easier, and enjoy life more. If you're tired of just putting up with it, if you want practical advice from someone who understands the changes your body's going through, then you're in the right place. Now, today's topic is one I'm especially passionate about: how the right foods can reduce inflammation and help you live with less joint pain. We're not talking about complicated diets or expensive supplements here. Just everyday foods, things you can find at your local grocery store, that have been shown to calm inflammation in the body and protect your joints. So let me ask you, have you ever heard the phrase, food is medicine? Because for your joints, that's exactly what it is. Let's start with one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods out there: fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, or sardines. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce swelling and stiffness in the joints. If you're not a fan of seafood, don't worry. I'll be sharing some plant-based alternatives in a minute, but if you do like fish, try adding salmon to your plate 2 or 3 times a week. Grill it, bake it, or throw it on top of a salad. Over time, your joints will thank you. Next up, leafy green vegetables. Think spinach, kale, collard greens. These are packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that help fight inflammation. Adding a handful of spinach to your morning eggs, blending some kale into a smoothie, or just making a simple side salad at dinner can do wonders for your joints. And let's not forget berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They're full of antioxidants called anthocyanins that help reduce inflammatory markers in the body. They're sweet, delicious, and perfect for breakfast, snacks, or even dessert. The beautiful thing is, none of these changes have to feel like a chore. Eating anti-inflammatory foods can actually be enjoyable, satisfying, and something you look forward to. Because when you start noticing that your knees ache a little less, that getting out of bed doesn't feel like such a battle, that afternoon walks become easier. It motivates you to keep going. And that's exactly what this channel, Marcus Smart, is all about. Making small, realistic changes that add up to a better, more comfortable life after 60. We're just getting started. There's so much more I want to share with you about other foods that can help, plus a few you'll definitely want to avoid. So stay with me. Now that we've talked about fatty fish, leafy greens, and berries, let's keep going. There are so many everyday foods that can help soothe your joints and lower inflammation. Foods you probably already have in your kitchen right now. Let's talk about turmeric. If you've ever cooked a curry or eaten Indian food, you've likely tasted turmeric without even realizing how good it is for your joints. The active ingredient in turmeric is called curcumin, and studies show it has powerful anti-inflammatory effects, almost like nature's version of ibuprofen, but without the side effects. But here's the trick. Curcumin doesn't absorb well into the bloodstream on its own. So if you're adding turmeric to your meals, mix it with a little black pepper. The pepper contains piperine, which helps your body absorb the curcumin much better. You could sprinkle turmeric on roasted vegetables, Stir it into soups, or even add a pinch to scrambled eggs. Some people even like turmeric tea or golden milk in the evenings. Next, let's talk about olive oil. If you're still using vegetable oil or margarine for cooking, it might be time to make the switch. Extra virgin olive oil is packed with healthy fats and antioxidants that help reduce joint swelling and stiffness. Try drizzling it over your salads, using it for sautéing vegetables, or mixing it into homemade dressings. Just a tablespoon or two a day can make a real difference over time. Another food I can't leave off this list: nuts and seeds, walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds. These tiny foods are loaded with omega-3 fiber, and antioxidants, all of which help your body fight inflammation. A small handful of almonds as a snack, or a spoonful of ground flaxseed stirred into your morning oatmeal. These little habits can add up quickly in making your joints feel better. And while we're talking about oatmeal, let's pause on whole grains for a second. Refined grains, like white bread, white rice, and sugary cereals, can actually increase inflammation in the body. But whole grains like oats, quinoa, brown rice, and barley have the opposite effect. They help keep your blood sugar stable, which in turn helps manage inflammation levels. So swapping out white bread for whole grain, or making oatmeal instead of sugary breakfast cereals, is a small but powerful way to help your joints. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. Green tea is another anti-inflammatory powerhouse. It's full of antioxidants called catechins, which help reduce cartilage damage in people with arthritis. If coffee makes you jittery, try sipping a cup or two of green tea during the day. Hot or iced, it's a simple habit that can bring long-term benefits for your joints. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking right now. You might be wondering, do I have to give up all the foods I love? Is this going to be one of those impossible diets? Am I going to spend a fortune on fancy ingredients I don't even know how to cook? And here's the honest answer: absolutely not. Here on Marcus Smart, everything we share is about being realistic and kind to yourself. You don't have to change everything overnight. Even adding just one or two of these anti-inflammatory foods into your weekly routine can start making a difference. Think of this like adding tools to your personal feel-better toolbox. And as you notice small improvements, maybe your hands feel less swollen, maybe your morning stiffness eases up, you'll naturally want to keep going. So far, we've talked about salmon, leafy greens, berries, turmeric, olive oil, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and green tea. But there are still a few more surprising foods I want to tell you about. Some might even be sitting in your pantry right now. Let's keep going. Now that we've gone through some of the big players like salmon, turmeric, olive oil, and green tea, let's move on to a few more foods that might surprise you. Let's talk about ginger. You probably know ginger for helping with nausea or settling your stomach. But did you know it's also fantastic for reducing joint pain and stiffness? Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and chagols, which help block inflammatory processes in the body. If you enjoy cooking, you can grate fresh ginger into stir-fries, soups, or even brew it as a tea. And if cooking feels like too much work some days, ginger capsules or powdered ginger in warm water are great alternatives. Next on the list, garlic. Garlic isn't just for flavor. It's loaded with sulfur compounds that fight inflammation and help support the immune system. Studies have shown that people who eat more garlic have lower markers of inflammation in their blood. So feel free to toss some fresh minced garlic into your veggies, soups, or even salad dressings. And here's one that almost feels too good to be true: dark chocolate. Yes, you heard that right. In moderation. Dark chocolate, especially varieties with 70% cocoa or higher, is rich in antioxidants called flavonoids that help reduce inflammation. Of course, we're not talking about eating a whole candy bar in one sitting. Just a small square or two a day can satisfy your sweet tooth while still offering joint-friendly benefits. Now, let's shift gears for a second and talk about what foods to cut back on if you really want to help your joints. Because just as there are foods that help, there are also foods that can quietly make things worse. Things like processed meats, fried foods, and anything loaded with refined sugars can trigger inflammatory responses in your body. I'm not saying you can never have a slice of cake at your granddaughter's birthday party, or a piece of bacon with Sunday breakfast. But what I am saying is, if joint pain and stiffness are becoming part of your daily life, these are the foods to enjoy occasionally. Not every day. Here on Marcus Smart, we're all about balance, not punishment. And that's the key. Start by focusing on what you can add, not just what you have to take away. Add more colorful vegetables. Add healthy fats. Add anti-inflammatory spices like ginger and turmeric. Over time, you'll naturally start craving fewer of the foods that don't serve you well. And please remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about feeling better in your own body. About waking up with less stiffness. About walking without as much joint pain. About being able to play with your grandkids or work in your garden without needing to sit down every 5 minutes. Every meal is a chance to support your joints or stress them. And the beautiful thing? You're in control of that choice every single day. You don't need a fancy diet plan. You don't need to spend a fortune on supplements. You just need to make small, loving choices for yourself. A handful of walnuts here, a drizzle of olive oil there. Some fresh berries for dessert. Even if you start with just one thing from today's video, that's progress. And here's something I want you to really hear. It's never too late. You're not too old to feel better. You're not too old to make changes. And your body still wants to heal. Even now. So as we wrap up, I hope this video has given you not just information, but hope that with each small step, your joints can hurt less. Hope that with each meal, you're giving your body what it needs. And hope that feeling better isn't just a dream. It's something truly within your reach. If this video helped you, please take a second to hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more people who might need it. And if you want more tips like this, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Smart. Here, we're all about aging with strength, dignity, and good humor. And before you go, leave me a comment. Tell me, which food are you most excited to start adding to your meals? Ginger? Berries? Or maybe that square of dark chocolate? I love reading your answers. Here's to stronger joints and feeling good in your body, no matter your age.